All right, let's add some styling to our application. And for this one, we're going to use styled components. And the reason why I opted for this is because it's clean, it's nice. It allows us to do CSS in JavaScript, but at the same time, it still looks like CSS, which is really cool. And it has quite a few nice features to it, and I'm going to walk you through it. And every time we make something, we're just going to slowly explore this little library and add more and more. So to get started, let's go over to our application, close up and say npm install styled components like that and hit enter. Okay, cool. Let's wait for this to load up. And once that's done, let's do npm run dev. And I'll just run a wee example here for you so you can see. So essentially what you do is you go to any component that you want, whether it's product or maybe we can go to a page like the home page, wherever you have some HTML ready to be styled. Let's do products because it's a bit simpler to see. What you do is you go and import styled from styled components. And we basically replace our div with a styled div, or whether it's an image with a styled image. We create a JavaScript component essentially with the styles pre-applied to it. So this is how we do it. You just do a variable const. Let's say I want to style up this h3. Okay, I'll say price style. You can name it whatever you want, and we can set this equal to styled. All right, from the library dot and whatever HTML element we're using. So if I want to do the price, this is a h3, I can do a styled h3, just like that. And then we'll do some backticks, and this is where you add all your styles. I can do color red, I can do font size to rem. It looks exactly like CSS. All right, and if you have this extension here called, where is it? This VS Code styled components, it's gonna add the formatting and everything to make it look just like CSS. And that's that. You just add everything in there like that. And then when you are ready to use it, you basically get rid of it and just say price style rather than just a h3. Because it automatically, this is gonna be rendered out as a h3, but with the styling pre-attached to it. So let's take a look. Let's go over to localhost and look at that. Boom, red with a bigger font size. Really, really cool. So what we're gonna do essentially is we're gonna get rid of this. We're not gonna be doing this. We are gonna create a component for every page and every component, the styling file for every component and page. That's what I wanted to say. So in this case, we are gonna be doing it for each product, right? Each product should have some kind of styling attached to it. So what we're gonna do is go over here to styles, add a new file, and we're gonna call this product style.js. Oop, misspelled that. Rename product style.js. Cool. So let's import styled from styled components. Now again, you can do it either directly here if you want, or you can separate it in a new file, whatever is your preference. We're gonna do export const product styles, and I'm gonna set it equal to styled div, like that. All right, and that's it. And now I can import it here. Import product style from /style/product style. Okay, we just imported this. And since actually I'm doing a export const here and not an export default, you have to make sure to wrap this product style in curly brackets like that. All right, because we're exporting something specific, not something that's default. If it's default, then you could name it whatever you want without curly brackets, and it's going to know what to import. But since it's a specific export, you have to do the curly brackets. Okay, so now that we have the product style, we can replace this normal div with our styled version of it. Now the cool part is you don't even need to make one for everything. I'm not going to go and make a style for the H2 and a style for H3, because style components also allow you to do nesting. So I can go here and just grab all the H3s from this product style, right? And I can style it like that. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing I want to do is add a background color of white. I'm going to add a position of relative to this, a display of flex. We're going to do a flex direction of column and a padding of 1.5 rem. Let's see, does that work? Let's see, what's the error here? Do a refresh. Okay, element type is invalid. Expected a string, but we got undefined. You likely forgot to export your component. Okay, so let's see what we messed up. We might have messed up with the exporting. Export const product styles. See, it's very important to name it the same thing. So what we need to do is just say style, not styles, because that's how we imported it in here. Refresh. Oh, still an error. Okay, so that wasn't the one. Let's see what's up with this. And I misspelled it again. Export product style. And there we go. So hopefully that fixes it. Let's do another refresh. And it works. Now we cannot really see anything because we don't really have any other styling. So let's do some global styling in our globals.css. You can also do it with styled components, but we're going to keep it simple and just use this because there's quite a few caveats if you do end up doing it with that in Next.js. It's quite cumbersome. So for simplicity's sakes, we'll just do it here. So first of all, what I want to do is in this HTML body, let's go here and do a margin of 0 rem and 10%. This is going to give us some nice spacing in between the left and the right, just so our content doesn't stretch all the way out, because that looks quite weird. So that's one. Let's add a darker background actually. We'll do F1, 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 and we'll do some variables as well in CSS. You can do it by adding -- primary. This is going to be our primary text color. 2D, 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 and let's also do a secondary one called 53, 53, 53. Okay, and let's just do some basic styling to the H1s and H3s and H4s and all of those different ones. Let's do H2. The font size is going to be 1.2 rem. Color is going to be a var primary. All right, that's how we actually use it. So this one, if I want to use it, I just do var and -- primary. Then we do a H3. We'll do a font size of 1 rem to this and a color of var. And we're going to pass in the secondary for this one. And for our A tag, we're going to leave all the defaults. And just down here, we're going to remove the padding and margin. And the star here basically means everything. So A tags, H1s, divs, everything that has a padding and margin, get rid of that. We are aggressive. We want to get rid of everything. And the P tags, let's add a line height to them of 150%. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So as you can see, we have a darker background now. And that's where all the items are. Now they're going down, down, down like this. What I want to do is kind of create this, this gallery that kind of resizes itself super nicely. So the way we do that, let's create another style. I'm going to call it gallery. So gallery.js. And this is going to be a super simple way to create a fluid gallery using CSS Grid. So import styled from styled components, and we're going to say export const gallery is going to be a styled div. And here's the magic: display grid, grid template columns, and we're going to say repeat auto fit min max 20 rem 1 FR. And we're also going to add, let's just keep it like that. All right, so we're creating a grid and we let the content automatically resize, and we're specifying that the minimum width of it should be 20 rem and the maximum 1 FR basically means whatever space you have, take it up. So now what we can do is head over to our home page, so our index.js, go to the top here and import this gallery that we just made and wrap our map here with the gallery like that. So wrap it just like that. And let's take a look if that worked. Look at that. It kind of works. Not really, but kind of works. Doof, doof, doof. Everything works. The images don't properly resize. So let's make them properly resize. Let's go over back to our product style. And what I'm going to do is just add a image tag. So again, I can just select the images from there. I'm going to stretch them out. I'm going to say width 100%. All right, look at that. So now when I resize this, look at that. So as soon as it doesn't have that 20 rem space anymore, it's just going to take up the available space. So as soon as it becomes smaller than 20 rem, boom, boom. How cool is that? Awesome. So not only that, what I want to do is I'm going to add a cursor pointer to this because eventually we're going to be able to click on these and go to the actual product. And also what I want to do is add a bit of padding to this H2. So let's do H2 padding 0.5 rem and 0 rem and hit save. Look at that, a bit spaced out. And I also want to give spacing between these columns. So head over to the gallery and add a grid gap. Let's do 2 rem and hit save. Look at that. Boom, we have a bit of gap. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like it. Let's see. Doosh, doosh. Lovely. Good job. So there we go. We have our little cards. They're styled and we use styled components. I think we're going to leave it at that for this one. And in the next one, we're going to do some more fun stuff. I'm going to keep it a secret. No spoilers. Haha.